I'm going to walk you through how to set up a Padlet wall so that your students can collaborate with one another and with you when you try to flip your classroom. Once you go to padlet.com, you're going to want to set up an account, and then to start your first wall, you'll click on Build a Wall. It'll tell you your wall is ready, and then you want to go ahead and make some basic modifications for setting up your wall. You can do this by clicking Modify Wall. The first things you can choose are to set up an icon to represent your wall and to put a title. In this case, I'm just going to click the checklist here, but if you wanted to add your own image or a certain kind of icon, you could do that by clicking the Add button above and then uploading your file. So I'm going to click our picture, and then I'll name the classroom. I would use one with my classroom name. For this purpose, I'm just going to put Mrs. C's classroom. And I have the basic setup. Now you're going to go ahead and choose to change the display. So you may want to choose to add a wallpaper. For the website, you've noticed we already used on our Padlet wall, we used the blackboard. Another one I like to use is also the corkboard. And again, you could upload your own image for a background if you'd like. Choose the layout based on how you want to use the wall. The freeform is the default, and that allows posts to be put anywhere on the wall. This is a little more creative and allows the students to lay them as they will. But sometimes there's a problem in that it's hard to tell who's responding to whom, and posts can lay on top of each other where it becomes difficult to read. So for that reason, I like to choose the streaming, because posts go in chronological order from the time they're posted, and the posts do not overlap one another, so you can always see what is put on there. Next, you're going to change your privacy settings to protect your students' rights. So we're going to go ahead and password protect our site. We'll choose a password in a moment, but I do want to change it so that the students can write on the wall. I do not want to click moderate because that allows them to adjust each other's posts. By writing, they can change their own posts, but nobody else's. And then I'd choose a password, so I might say Mrs. C's classroom again. But you can choose whatever password you want. The other feature I want to click on here is I want to make sure that I have left the clicking here for moderating the posts. And what this does is it allows me as the teacher to see the posts before they actually are visible on the wall to other students. Sometimes our students don't always make the best choices. We hope they will. But this allows me a moment to take a look at it and make sure that it's appropriate before that post goes up on the wall. And if there's a problem, I can deal with it at that time. As the moderator, I have that capability. Once you're happy, you're going to click Submit. And then I'm also going to look at notifications, or actually at the address. Notifications here tells me whether I want to be notified when somebody posts, which I absolutely do. I want to get an email once a day when people are posting. And I would want to check that more often because, remember, as moderator, I'm preventing posts from going up if I'm not checking on this and making sure they're okay and clearing them to be posted. I can also change the address, which is great because Padlet initially creates alphabet soup up here for your web address. You can change your address so that it's something that will be more easily remembered by your students. So I could put Mrs. C's classroom again, which is available, and it will let you know. And I can pick it. And then it's my Padlet, and you can see on the wall up here it's available. If I want to notify students how to get here, I can do that. All right. We've got all set up here. And we're going to close that. I put an initial post up here from Mrs. C. And then I write the instructions actually on the wall. So after viewing the videos, please post at least true things you noticed about the flipped classroom. I can also ask students to link to an article or a video or a map, any kind of a URL. They can upload a file they've created. They can record video from a webcam. So in this way, they can include a lot of different information. I could use this to have students go do research and then share what they've seen about each other. I could have a web quest and students could post a response that they have found online. Once I'm through with what I want to put up here, I can put instructions. I can tell them to post by double-clicking anywhere on the screen. Type in your first name and last initial, then add your comments. When you're done, click off the white rectangle and your comments will post once I approve them. And then I'll click off the screen. When students come, they can put their post in and know what they're doing. You can share the link to your Padlet via email. You can get your codes on here and embed them. Here's your embed codes here. However, you need to include it so that students can get to your Padlet to post. I hope this helps you to encourage your students to collaborate both in class and out of class when you're flipping your classroom. Don't be afraid, give it a try, and we can always adjust and encourage our students to reach higher order thinking.